Oh, my brother's band is practicing in the background, so that's what all that noise is. Uh, I fixed an XR18 a couple months ago. I just got it back. They said it's not making any audio, so let me pull that up. Here it is. So I could plug USB in and control it from there. I think there's a way to do it from the computer, but I was probably gonna just do it from my phone. Let's take a look at this thing. Now I know some of you guys just hate these Behringer things, but I think they're awesome. There are, of course, there's issues and stuff, and ethically, Behringer's in some gray areas, but I ended up pulling a lot of my cables out for the show last night, and I'm really regretting it because now I can't find them. But let's just see what we got here. And I know, what they say: never, ever, 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 ever use the onboard Wi-Fi at a show. But we're not at a show, so we're gonna try and connect to it right here. Can't remember what I do. Ethernet? No. Wi-Fi client or access point. One of them's gonna work. So let's see if we see it. Don't see it. Let's see if we see it here. I could go get a router and throw it on here, but I'm not seeing this. Oh, there we go. XR18. All right. Okay, so I'm going to use Mixing Station Pro. I know this is hard to see on here. I probably can't see it on this phone. Sorry. I'm going to use Mixing Station Pro, which I've been using a lot lately. Yesterday did a float. Rode on the back of a flatbed truck through Waimanalo and used the tablet for it, but same thing. Okay, so I'm gonna search for this guy. You should see it. It sees it connecting. So I'm gotta make some noise and see if it's. I think what he was saying is it wasn't putting out audio. So let's get that figured first. So I'm gonna plug into channel 25 here. Ugh. Man, I shouldn't have pulled those. I'm kicking myself for pulling the cables out to use for the show last night. So we had plenty of cables they could have used. Okay, so here's the main left. And I'm gonna pull up Reaper, I guess. It's taking a second. Pull up Reaper. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a channel. It's gonna be 25. And so this should be this cable right here. Yep. Okay, so that's definitely working. That probably has phantom power on. I don't know if that matters to this thing. Hope not. I hope these are sensible enough to ignore phantom. All right, so we're gonna put something into input, and she use guitar. Maybe one of these tone generator things. Let's make sure this is working. Just check, make sure. So this another Behringer product right here is a test tone. And really, people always ask, what's the most important piece of gear in the studio? And usually it's like soldering iron, multimeter, things like that, Kind of cliche, but whatever, it's true. Where is my second TI tie line? Oh, okay, that's strange. 1 second. Here we go, right here. Okay. So just plug it into a direct box to check this real quick. So I think this is 26. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So this test tone is definitely working. Okay. So here we go. Plug this into channel 1. I'm seeing input, so that's good. Now we gotta make sure we get to output. Okay, so here we go. So I don't know how this is set up here, but yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Still not seeing anything. Config in 1. Okay. Effects send main. Make sure there's nothing on here. Okay, I'm seeing it on the main out, so this does seem weird. All right, let me try it on one of the auxes. Okay. So channel 1. And I'm used to using this on the tablet, so I'm having a little bit of trouble here. So I think he's using monitor as bus 1. Oh. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, it's muted. No, it's not muted. I kind of think there's something else going on here. It'd be weird if none of the outputs worked. Okay, bus master. Shows it going there. Let's try sends. Bus 1's post EQ. I'm gonna make a pre-fader. Still nothing. Now, let me just check about phantom power real quick. Okay, well, I see it on the way in. I don't see any output, so that's the auxiliaries aren't working. Bus 3. Where? Wait a second. Why can't I see I see the fader for bus 2. Where's the faders for bus 3? Okay, this is totally bonkers. You know what? I'm gonna make on a brand new scene that nothing is using. How about that? I'm just gonna load one. No, how do I do a basic dead blank scene? I don't really know how to use this that well. Okay, let me see what this looks like. Sorry. Okay, so is there a way to reset everything? I don't know. MS scenes? That is. Okay. Offline scenes. Okay, MS show and mix. Maybe I can pull that one up. This is forever ago. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay, so this looks a little bit different. Now I've seen all the buses. So this is bus 3. Cross your fingers. Still getting nothing. Okay. Pretty sure I should be seeing this. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the mains. Not getting to the mains. Okay. Might be pulling this apart in a second, but let me. One more thing. I'm gonna try a. Gonna try my headphones real quick. My headphones. Yeah, I just can't find parts for these Behringers right now. For the XR18s, and you know, one was a power supply. Luckily, I had a spare one for this guy, but man, there just aren't parts. I don't know where to get them. Anybody know where to get these parts? Because I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure what the phones are gonna hear. Maybe you got to PFL them. No, you get nothing. Really don't know what the phone source is. Hold on, maybe it'll tell me here. Output routing. Aux out. What is aux out? Okay, that's monitor. Okay. All right, I have no idea. So, oh, wait a second. Make sure the mains aren't muted. Oh, here we go. Hold on, cross your fingers. Okay, there's the signal. No, I'm getting nothing. Okay. I'm gonna take this apart. Oh, man. All right, here we go. Yeah, I know. It's time for me to get electric screwdrivers and stuff because this just takes way too long when I do it like this. I'm sorry. You know, I fixed this Wi-Fi thing a couple months ago, and that's not enough for the universe. The universe has to jinx everything. That off. Oh, I had the drum thingy on my screw gun. Do something smaller. Get a real screwdriver. Probably gonna have to get out my soldering iron. I don't have another output card, but maybe I'm gonna see something that I can figure out here. All right, I think I put the screw gun, yep, right here. Turn on my AC real quick. Okay. So. Oh yeah, there's some. Yeah. Is it barfing out on me? Yeah, sorry about that. Well, there's also like crazy crap going on in the background. Hold on, let me just check this. Sorry. Yeah, there's some like deathcore going on in the background. Yeah, there's some like
deathcore going on in the background.
Okay, yeah, no, that mic sounds right. You're listening to
my brother's band.
all right. Man, I was hoping I was just gonna plug this in. It was just gonna work, but of course not. You know. Of course not. I think there's ones on the side too, right? Yeah. Might be ones hidden in here. Yep. Oh crap. Whew, got it. It scares the hell out of me. I gotta totally clear out this room for real. Much junk. Whew, okay. It's a smaller screwdriver tip thingy. All right. Okay, so we got a ribbon holding the power supply on. I don't think the power supply has anything to do with the output not working. So let me see if I can figure out who goes to the outputs. So these are the outputs down here and this headphone jack. It's this panel right here. And it may be this ribbon. Oh, there we go. I think there's a very floppy ribbon here. Now there's one that I hot glued in because I didn't trust it. And I wonder if that's the output ribbons. So I don't know if you can see this. Here. Right here. Yeah, I don't think you can see. But I had to hot glue that because I did not trust that connection. And that seems like that is the output connector. May not be. Maybe one of these other ones. It's power, I think, or at least logic control. Too far. Let me some stuff here. And don't really need that in the way right now. I think it's this ribbon, and like I say, it's hot glued in there. Very dicey.
Sorry.
Uh,
You don't have ibuprofen, do you?
I do. Hold on.
Sorry, everybody. Yeah, wherever he sees or seeing you.
Oh, what's up with this thing? So let's go get it. I have
And that's my keyboard there, right?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to plug this in while I'm doing this. It shouldn't be that dangerous, so I think it'll be okay. And you know what? I had a good long life, so if this croaks me, it's okay. Let's just see it live on the air. Think it's gonna be this connector. Not really sure what to do about it, but I don't know if I actually have to control this. It may be that the last setting is exactly what we need here. Turn on the test tone. And what I'm going to do is wiggle this thing, but let me connect to mixing station first. Search. All right, it's not seeing it. Why aren't you see? Probably on the wrong Wi-Fi. Hold on. Maybe I should plug the USB in. Here's the XR18. Man, it shows right up. That's awesome. Back to mixing station. Search. Connect. Okay, so I'm just going to send this straight out to the main. Ooh, why am I? Oh, I have anything plugged in. Oh. I know I keep saying it, but I got to go find all my cables. So here's the signal coming in. I go to the main. It's coming out the mains. It's not showing up here. There's nothing coming into the input. So, hopefully without zapping myself, I'll wiggle this connector here. I have a feeling that's the problem, but got a blinking light in here that I don't know why it's blinking. Maybe it's supposed to blink. Not sure. It's this card that has all the jacks on it anyway. Unless I blew up like an amplifier. Maybe one of these rails is like the signal output rail. I don't think so. I think these are going to be small. It's going to be low voltage. Hold multimeter and see that everything's working. We got here. $15 volts, 5 volts, 5 volts. Nothing. What is that one supposed to be? Yeah. Okay, so I should see 15 volts. Let's see. Volts, DC ground. Okay. 15 volts, 15 volts, 15 volts, 5 volts, 5 volts, DC ground, chassis ground, I think. Minus 15 volts and 48 volts. So that's the phantom power. Okay, so 15 volts, 5 volts, 5 volts, DC ground, I think. Chassis ground, I think. So, I mean, that's going to be 0, right? This is going to be minus 15 volts here. Yep. And 48 volts for the phantom power. And there we go. So that's all correct.
It's off, turned off, and put away and taken back. So,
All right.
see you later.
Yeah.
What are you working on now?
This XR18 is not putting out any output.
Oh. Hi, everybody in chat. All right, brother. Talk to you later.
Yeah. Now, if I pull this cable, am I going to lose input? That's kind of... Let's see. Now, that's hot glued in there, so I'm not all that sure how well this is going to pull out. I'm scared to, actually. And I don't want to get zapped. Oop. All right. All right, you hear that little pop? Sound like something shorted. Still not going out though. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off, which is gonna suck because then I'm gonna have to get the Wi-Fi back up and everything. I should just plug the computer into here. Okay. Yeah, something's shorting out. Do this. It's interesting. And that's going to phantom. I don't know if that's bad. I should plug this into something first. Some sort of phantom blocker. I'm not just gonna unplug it while I... Yeah, you know, hot gluing a ribbon in is not the greatest thing, but it just wasn't holding. I'm gonna clear up this glue. I could heat it up to try and clean it up, but I don't think that's gonna work all that good. I really, you know, what I need to do is buy more razor blades. I got a bunch of razor knives, but I'm really bad with them, like X-Acto knives and stuff like that. See the, I don't know if you guys can see that. That's the ribbon. Assuming this thing didn't go in backwards too. Which I don't think it did, but I guess we can see exactly which parts I have from the other donor Behringer. I might have chucked most of it. One thing that's I'd kind of like to know, and I'm going to find this out right now. So I'm going to leave this unplugged. I'm going to see if the input still goes in. Now this thing's going to keep switching Wi-Fi's on me, which Wi-Fi XR18. It's connecting. Okay. Search. Sees it. Okay, now I wonder, are we still going to see input now that I pulled that ribbon? Or does that ribbon handle all the signals? Oh, no, okay. So, input is still going. Let's make sure this is right. Yes. Okay, even though I pulled that ribbon cable off, the input is still going. So this is probably the output ribbon here. So, like I keep saying about that phantom power, I'm a little bit worried about it. 25, 26. What can I plug in that's gonna interrupt the phantom power? So I could do a XLR female to 1/4 inch and plug it into the DI. How about that? Now, do I have any XLR female to 1/4 inches? Like I took a lot of these cables and put them away. Like I barely have any adapters around anymore. Right when I need one. And I know I just had some brand new ones too. I made them. Where did I put them? I've got 1/4 inch to male XLR everywhere. Oh. No. Now I made some special stuff for my pedal board, so, and that actually needed an XLR female to 1/4 inch, so I should have one in my bag. Oh. There was one in this Boss bag. Let me see if it's in there now. No. There we go. Okay, so 1/4 inch female, the 1/4 inch male, XLR female. So this way I don't have to worry for the phantom power because I'm gonna plug it into the. These are the main outs. Okay, so that's be 26. I want this on 25. Okay. Operation. I don't know that it's really connecting in there. We heard those thumps earlier. Like, all right, I'm gonna turn off. Oh, his power's already off. Never mind. Okay, make sure I can really get this in there. I really gotta scrape this hot glue off. What's good at cleaning hot glue off? Nothing, right? Um, Never sticks as much as you want, but when you want it off, it'll never get off. Not all that sure that it's really far enough in there. Although it seems to me, I'm looking at the next one over. Let's see. But I did test this thing. I think I tested it live on the air, actually. And it did work at the time. I've had these things break in weird ways. Okay, I'm going to turn this back on. Nothing there. Ooh. There we go. Okay, so I got to get that way in there. That's it. All right. All right, well, that's good news. If I can actually get that in there properly. So what's that going to take? And then once it's in there properly, how am I going to keep it in there? The hot glue's not really pushing down hard enough in there. Let me see. I don't know if those are pins or what. I kind of want to take a dental probe to them. I've got that keg. That's more weed. That was nice hearing that beep, huh? That's that is music to my ears. So I don't know if there's like hot glue in the way. What exactly was keeping that, making that beep? I gotta let this dry before it shorts anything. That's a bummer. The thing that holds the ribbon cable broke. Which is why it's hot glued. Really is some kind of delicate stuff, but I have a feeling that I gotta scrape this off. If I could scrape hot glue off enough, should be able to get it to go in there farther. And there better not be hot glue on that side. There's not. It's terrifying. 40 minutes already? Sheesh. All right. So I think it's really got to be pressed in there. I don't know if it got to go in there further or if it's just has to be pushed up against the pins or what, because this seems like oh wait a second. That yeah, see, is it not going in all the way? Hold on. Seemed like one side really went in diagonal. Man, stop that. Pushed it in and it really stuck. See if I can find a magnifying glass. I do have some like super thick glass. Okay, I do see some issues. Look, there's some bent pins. Who's that? Hold on. Oh, he can't see with these glasses on. Give me 1 second. They'll think that some of this. Yeah, acetone would be great for getting this off of here, but I'm a little scared to acetone. seems like that's the deepest it goes. It's correct. So what I really have to do is wedge it up against here. It's almost like I want to throw a guitar pick in there or something, and then and glue the whole thing down. Feeling guitar pick is way too thick. Pretty shallow. I need something to hold it in there. I need some kind of shim. Not sure what. Once that shim comes loose, it's make the same problem again. So really, plastic card. Yeah, $100 wine voucher. I think this is cardboard. I think I should be using plastic instead of cardboard if I'm doing this wedge at all. I do have some soup. Nope. What I have that's plastic that I can cut up. Let's pick really. Right out of there. Okay, this is definitely not ideal, but I'm shoving a pick in there right now. Just want to see what happens. Okay, so I think it should be playing. Let me wedge this pick a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why that just doesn't stick. Or that doesn't stay. Like, do I have to... See, it seems like I should just be able to shim it. As soon as I let up on this, it's gonna stop. See that? Oh, man, why is that? Should I bend it backwards so that it contacts more? Should I peel back the sticker a little bit, maybe? Like it's supposed to have a thing that slides down on it, and that's what would lock it in place. But these things are so weak; it broke a long time ago. Yeah, ribbons are scary, man. Oh shoot! I just shorted. Crap. Just so barely in there. Oh, that must be super annoying. Let me turn that down. Okay. All right, so somehow I have to make it stay like right there, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that. As soon as I let go, it's gonna stop. And I don't know that they're all working anyway. Almost like I need to flip this around and put it on the other side, but that's definitely not going to work. And why is it only when I press down on it that it's going? That makes me suspicious. I don't want to short this. That's how it has to be. I just don't know how I'm going to keep it there. So even if I glue it in place, as soon as I let go of it, it turns off. How am I going to keep pressure on there? And why do I need pressure on there? That's my big question, really. Why do I need pressure on there? Those pins should be more than enough to hold that in. Looks like I got to get a zip tie and glue it to the cap. I don't think that's gonna work. I think it's gonna pull right out. Oh man. I wish that ribbon didn't break. Thing. Let's see if I have another one that might work. I have some spare XR18 parts here. I don't think I have that. But I could possibly solder that thing in. I don't think so. None of these are going to help. So I almost want to bend the pins out. See if I can't do that. I mean, not a great idea. Or push that. No, that one. Afraid I'm gonna ruin these pins if I bend them. So I've got it. Can't tell if they're actually exposed. I think they're on the edge of this card. Almost want to break the top of this card off and see if that helps. But if it doesn't, I'm super screwed. I don't think I can bend these pins out. Maybe I'll put some needle nose on them and squeeze. really be this tricky. And one thing I might be able to do is stick this thing in there, hot glue it, and squeeze it together. Maybe. I don't think that's really very good. And if I try and squeeze it while the power's on, I have a very good chance of actually shorting it in a very devastating way. I think this is the problem. It just needs to be shimmed, and really have shim it. It needs to be shimmed at the razor blade. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, where's the scissor? Really probably need a very thin piece of plastic to do this. If it'll even work like that. I turn this on and it rings. That would be so awesome. I mean, that is wedged in there. But no such luck. I really need to bend it in order to make it work. Oh, it's not really wedged in there. Okay. Something that'll really push that in there. That piece of cardboard is too thick. I need something really skinny. It has to be really strong. Ooh, do I want to? Oh, it already expired. Okay. Now, is this any thicker or thinner? I'm going to try a slightly thinner card. It's a DC Shoes 50% off card. But it expired already. I should have used it. Yeah, let's see if I can actually get this one. I really need something stronger than this, though. I wonder if I don't just bend this thing and maybe somehow it'll work. That's how it has to be. But it's not. Get to stay. Trying to think of some way to force this thing in there. If I could push down on it like that, it would be fine. But I swear, as soon as I let go, why is it not connecting? All right, so the good news is, do know what the problem is. Bad news is I don't know how to fix it. Let me try bending it the other way, I guess. Kind of want to just peel this ribbon back a little bit, but I don't think that's going to work. Or put solder tabs on this thing, but man, if I short them together, I don't know how I'm going to clean them up. That's probably a really bad idea. Where I ideally wanted to get to is where I have it in there, and it I can just glue it in place and it'll stay. So if it's like that, really specific, like if I glue it there and then let go, you think it's gonna stay, or do I really need to push on it? Question, right? Can I hot glue it and then hold it there, and then when I let go, it's still gonna work? Don't think so. Going in too far. Oh, so you guys don't see what I'm seeing here. Let me put this back on. So when I get in the right place, you see the meter goes up. Yeah, I'm glad I know what the problem is, but I just don't know what the fix is. Do it to the top of these caps, but I don't think it's gonna work. If I bend it all the way in, it's still not working. I have to have so much pressure on here to make it work, and I don't understand why. That shouldn't be. Like, I should be able to glue it right there, and it just stays on. Let's see. Do something plastic. What am I doing? I'm gonna end up screwing up. What do I have for a plastic stick? Chopstick. Oh, I don't have any chopsticks, man. Those have infinite uses around this kind of thing. So I should be able to glue it like this, and then it works. I get the hot glue and try it. Or do I like zip tie it in there somehow with like these big long zip ties going all the way across the thing? That might do. I know that sounds crazy, but that might be the way to go. Let me find, where's all my zip ties? I had a jar of ridiculously long zip ties. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. I also have epoxy. That may be the way to go. Or like a string or something. Let's see. I don't know that the zip tie is actually gonna go under there. That's gonna work. I need to tie this down somehow. Uh-oh. Oh, now I'm making it worse. That's not gonna work. Oh man. I just need a mechanical way to hold that thing down. Really thinking of gluing it and holding it down. Let's see what happens. I could glue it to those caps. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Hold it there. Um, mm. Yeah, this works. I'm a little skeptical whether this is gonna do it or not. Start warming up the glue gun. Gotta pee. See if they lock the restrooms on me. Yeah, I'm just warming up the glue gun. Sorry. Yeah, I was thinking of getting to mixing tonight, but I don't think I will be. But definitely trying to do the fixing. Okay. So if I hold this guy down, that is proper. I don't know that all the channels are working when I do this. Maybe that it needs to be adjusted diagonally or something. And I'm just afraid as soon as I let go of this brush that I'm holding it down with, it's just not gonna be enough pressure to keep that thing. Yeah, no, I could glue it to those caps, but I don't think that's gonna do it either. Let me tack it to the cap at least. This thing's been solid this whole time, but I have a feeling when I let go of this, it's not gonna be. See how there's really no proper fix for this besides replacing that ribbon holder, and I don't know if you really can. It sucks that that thing broke. All right, that should be dry by now. Here, I'm gonna lift it up. Let's hope. Or I could wedge the brush in there and leave it in there. I can't even take the brush out because it's in the glue. Ah, see? Crap. Yep, see, that didn't work. So I have to hold this down somehow. See, it's got different levels depending on how well it's held down. So I could glue underneath this and shove the brush up against it and hope that that works. I mean, I'm really kind of out of ideas here. Then we got to check all the other outputs. And is it just on because I'm pushing on the brush, or is it actually because it's holding down over there? I don't know. Not ideal. Ooh, okay. That's starting to work. Now, I really need this to stay down, though. Like, as this thing gets wiggled around, stuff's going to happen. Ooh, see that? It dropped in level. Kind of want to lock it in place. Not sure if that's going to work. Oh, no. Oh, no. Man, I should have left good enough alone, huh? All right. And if I could find something that wouldn't stick. And I had it. I should have just left it be. I don't think that would have been that reliable though. Oh, shoot. Crap. Ooh, that is pretty solid. Okay. Now, I'm so tempted to try and lock. Oh, you see that level change though? Why is the level changing? I'm really tempted to lock it in somehow by. Oh, look at that. Look at the level changing. Why? When I go to fold this thing up to put it back together, it's probably going to drop. If I can really hold this thing in place. It's bizarre that the level changes like that. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool down. No, no. Look at that. It all dropped. Okay, why? Why did that level completely drop out? Man. Why is that so floppy? Man, I almost want to find a way to solder that sucker in there. See how it's jumping around. I really want to find a way to solidly push down on this. Like, I almost want to take an actual wooden door shim, push it up against her, and glue it in. Such a bad idea, but I don't know what else to do. I could glue this thing in and push it down, I guess. Don't know how well that's gonna work. If that just holds it in place, that's actually good. But it's gonna. I have some other little shim thingies, maybe. Just find some way to just force that thing to stay down. I just want to put this on, and I know it's staying right now, but I'm afraid it's gonna move. Let me let it dry. I'm gonna try and flip this thing up and see if it loses the signal. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to dry. Sorry, I know this is like, well, it's just like watching paint dry. Yeah, it sucks. I really meant to be mixing today, but I'd love to get this thing working. Looks like the still meter's still working. Okay, that should be good. Test this. Still a little bit sticky. So I'm gonna flip this thing closed in a second and hope. I could see that if it gets wiggled really hard, it's gonna come loose, but this might actually stay. Let's try it. You can see not ideal, but there's not really any parts for these things around right now. Okay, so I'm gonna screw it back together and see if it stops working while when I do that. Okay. Oops. No. Okay, you know what the problem is? I don't know that the other outputs work. Let me barely screw this back together because this thing may need to be wiggled. Some of them may work, some of them may not. This is like extremely dicey to me. I'm gonna have to connect the phone back up to test the auxes. I'm gonna flip this down. Still going. Okay, let's try the right side. Right output's working. Try the auxes. Here we go. Gotta pull up the phone. Connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to mixing station. And look for this guy. Connect. Okay, so aux 1. Not getting. Great. Well, aux 2. Aux 2 I'm getting fine. Aux 3. Wait, why? Okay, aux 3 is working fine. Aux 4. Why is it? I think there's some crosstalk going on. Like aux 4 should not be getting anything if yeah, something. This is. I think it's cross talking. That's 5. This 5's not even on. Yeah, shoot. Go back to 5. Craptastic. So this shouldn't be going at all. I'm not sending anything to 5 yet. Oh, wait a second. Let's just check real quick. See if the thing sends. Okay. Pre-Q. Just go pre-fader, 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 and pre-fader. Okay, so I shouldn't be sending anything to here, and somehow it's still getting out bus 5. Why? Get out of the buses. Come on, mute it. Okay, so mute works. That's mains. Okay, if I take it out of the mains, it comes out of the buses. But if I put any in the mains at all, it's going out the buses. Why is that? That should not be happening. Okay, bus 1. It's working, but it seems weak. Bus 2, working. Okay, no, that's not weak. That's right. Okay, bus 3, fine. Bus 4, fine. Bus 5. Well, bus 5 is blasting. Why is that? Bus 5 is a lot louder. Why is bus 5 so loud? Oh, wait a second. Seems like everything I send sends to bus 5. Okay, let me try bus 6. So I put it on bus 6, and it's turning up bus 5. That doesn't make any sense. Try bus 6 here. Bus 6 turns up bus 6. And bus 5 turns up bus 6. Okay. Something funny going on. Let's see if the output's routed weird. Okay, aux out. Aux 1 goes to bus 1.
pre-fader. Aux 2 goes to bus 2 pre-fader. Aux 3 goes to bus 3 pre-fader. Aux 4 goes to bus 4. I don't know what the pre-fader means. If it means pre-fader on the bus master or pre-fader somewhere else. Aux 5 goes to 6. I did this one before I really understood this board at all. Okay, so that's bus 6. What happens if I turn up bus 1? Somehow bus 1 is going to bus 6. Or no, that's bus 5. Here's bus 6. Okay, if I turn bus 6 up, it blasts. But even if I just turn bus 5 up, it crosstalks pretty bad. Why would it be crosstalking? It may be that may be the ribbon cable, bending pins. Like every single fader goes out. Like this is ridiculous. Okay, is there a? There's got to be a default factory reset. Let's see, mix presets. No. No. I'm looking for a way to completely reset this thing. Snapshots. Is there some way to reset to default? That shouldn't happen. Only the bus 6 send should really crank this up. And you know, bus 6 send actually goes a lot louder, but you know, none of them. Is that how much crosstalk there is? I can't imagine. Okay, so this is it's on the mains now, okay? Turning it up in the mains is sending it out that bus. That's not right. Nope. Offline scenes are deprecated. Use MS scenes instead. MS scenes. I don't have any. Oh man. Just give me a default. Try plugging into 3. They might do something funny on that DI maybe. Okay, so here's 3. I'm gonna turn up the, yeah, it's still going to the mains are still going to the aux 6. Okay, so unity gain is minus 18. That's not enough rejection. Let me see what if I put it on bus 6 is. I'm gonna set this as 0. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this down. So this is minus 6 now. I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm still getting signal. Why? 5, 4, 2, 1. Okay, so going out the mains, sending. Right. Sends. What's wrong? Oh, that's a lot less. Okay, so if it's pre-fader, it seems to be working right. Let me try on the channel.
That's not ideal. That's a lot less. See what happens when I go to the mains. I have a feeling this cable is wiggled. It's some sort of crosstalk. That's not all that much better. I think I'm on both of these. It really feels like I'm doing something wrong in software. I also want to get my tablet with the regular Behringer mixing it. Let me see if let's see. Fix this.
All right, I wanted to go over something that's going to help you out with the EQ section of the Android app. There's two ways to get to it. You can, of course, click on the EQ letters in the channel strip, click on the scribble strip of the channel, and it will take you to an overview of the entire channel strip. And then from there, you can click on the EQ letters to get into the. And so this is the way you would expect it, where you've got a matrix. All right, so keep that in mind. I think the first thing you're going to want to do on all of your channels is just hit the EQ reset button. Let it group Behringer X Air.
Oh yeah. Okay. No name, no nothing. Okay, so channel 3, not going to the mains. Let's try. Oh, but now it's not going to the mains. Well, fix that. Okay, going to the mains. Now if I turn up bus 1, what's going to happen? See, that shouldn't happen. It may be that it has that much crosstalk. I doubt it, though. I really think that ribbon is carrying. No, but the ribbon couldn't carry it that far. That's not really possible. Two. Bus 2 is doing the same thing. Go back to bus 1. Rocks 1. Turn up the channel fader. It barely goes. Okay, that seems right. I'm going to turn up bus 1. And it doesn't go. going on here? Connected. Okay, so channel 3 going to bus 1. Bus master is on. Channel phaser. No crosstalk there. Okay, it was bus 1's just broken. Like that thing wiggle out and it's done now. Let's see where sends are. Sends are post EQ. It's still pre-fader. That should work. Let's try bus. Why is that? Why is there something there? Okay, bus 1 is turned to bus 2. Bus 2 really turns up bus 1. Bus 2. Bus 2. Bus 3 turns up bus 2. Bus 4 turns up bus 2. Wrong. Turn it up the same amount though. What about the channel? Channel fader turns up bus 2 by a lot, fortunately. Bus 1 again. Channel fader doesn't do anything to it. Oh, bus 2 sorta does. Bus 3 doesn't do anything. 4 doesn't do anything. Something's weird with box 1. Let me check the mains real quick. I have a feeling that the diagonal that the cable kind of wiggled out. Yeah, the bus faders are turning up the mains. But that's not really how these ribbons work. Like, you couldn't be that far. Why is bus 1 working? Try bus 6. So mains, I mean, turn it up. Bus 6. Up. Bus master. Unity. So bus 6. Oops. Turning up bus 6 all the way gets to -6. Turning up the channel all the way gets to -18. So it's only 12 decibels less. That. Bus 5. Bus 5's okay. Four is okay. 3. That's 3. Okay. 2. Okay. Now bus 1. These are all set the same. Okay. Bus 1, something's wrong. I'll pull this back apart. I have a feeling that the left side thing came up. Left side of the ribbon. Really fading out here. Yeah, I can't. I'll do that later.
Bus one.
Plus one, turn it up. Oh, wait a second. Why is it getting to aux? Plus one. Showing it here. Okay, so this should be on and cranking. But I have a feeling. Oh man, I tell you. This is not- know how to- Really worried that it's also ruining the other ones now. Can't imagine it really has this much crosstalk though. That's bonkers.